Today is January 4th, I think. The 3rd or the 4th, I'm not entirely sure. I'm taking a stroll through my, neighborhood over here. And I think I just wanted to address something that, has been bothering me. I don't know if you guys ever get that feeling of you can't really, you want to do something about something and you're just powerless. I don't know, not powerless, but I would say you want to act on something right then and there. And then you, I don't know what happens. You wake up the wrong way, wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Someone said something to you that I guess wasn't the greatest. Or somebody's attitude was off when you were talking to them, and low-key that kind of just stuck onto you. I feel like it's one of those days, and I don't know. I just wanted to put out some positivity out there and just say that stuff like this, walking, I guess self-reflecting. I think all of us, once in a while, we get so caught up on, improvement and, always acting on something, and, we feel like we have no time, which I definitely feel like all the time. I feel like I never have any time to do anything these days, realistically, after, the age of 17, after getting out of high school. But I think it's also important to remember and reflect. Sit down or walk, jog, whatever you gotta do to just remind yourself that you actually did make a certain difference on whatever the case may be. I'm not entirely sure. There's a car coming right behind me. Hold on. There's a whole car coming right behind me. Yep, you have a good one. I'm walking on a wrong side of the road too. It's actually kind of bad. But yeah, as long as you're putting in the work, the time, and the effort, everything should fall into place. And I understand that I'm in a very fortunate situation compared to many others, obviously. I'm blessed to have, I guess, my whole streaming setup, when I did back in 2021, when things were almost at their peak of prices and stuff, and I managed to build a whole PC. And if this wind doesn't work, I'm about to just start swinging at this wind. I think it's so interesting how the human mind works, right? I mean, you've made all this progress, you've made so many people smile, you've talked to a lot of people. You do. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna start swinging at this. It's cold too. That's the funny part. It's super cold. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I had a pretty negative day. I think all of us have had these days. I think the fact that sometimes you feel like you try your hardest and nothing really works out. You try a whole bunch of things, even though after you've been told to try said many things and no results, right? And I'm no influencer. I'm not trying to say that I am one. I'm just a regular human being that's just trying to make it through life, like all of us. But I think at the same time, it's important to kind of reflect and realize that, you did make a difference, I guess, in some case, and that you do have time. Like I said, I just wanted to make a video, I guess, spreading positivity. When I used to be a pessimistic person back in the day, a couple of years back, I used to be very pessimistic. I used to always think that, everything was the end of the world. No matter what happened to me, I was never gonna I've always had bad luck. I've always had bad stuff going on. And it's sometimes I do feel like that, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I have the worst, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't have it I don't have it nearly as bad as other people do. But yeah, so I don't know, this video kind of made me feel better. I'm hoping that this actually makes other people feel better. I'm not trying to say that I'm gonna solve your problems, but if you're going through a similar situation where you're just kind of dang, I don't have enough time, or I can't do this and I can't do that, I think that's I think you need to look at it in a different perspective. Maybe say like, hey, maybe I didn't like take the opportunity now to do something, so maybe I should start doing it now. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't take the opportunity to do it then, I think you should start doing it now. And once in a while, you should, when you feel like down and out of it and out of motivation, you really need to like do things that you like. You need to take a break. I feel like that's what most of us don't do. I don't mean like take a couple of days and like, just like lounge around and stuff like that. Nah, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is like actually do something about it. Like, get yourself prepared to get back on your feet and start walking again. Because I think every once in a while we tend to just fall down and stay there a little bit. And I really didn't want to do that. But again, it all matters on, when you start, right? Things aren't just going to pop out of nowhere just because you're thinking optimistically. You have to think optimistically and act on it. I hope maybe I helped one of you guys. Somebody, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. My arm is getting super tired too, so I hope you guys have a great day. Seriously, we all need it. Have a good one.